Hello and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be looking at possibly the best kept secret in sim racing, and something that anyone on PC sim racing should know about and should be interested. Today, as you can see there, we're going to be talking about Dan Newman Racing DNR LEDs, and if you don't know what this is, boy, you're in for a treat. Let's get to it. Okay, you joined me in the pit lane at Le Mans. This last weekend we did the Majors Le Mans 24 hour and we got P3 in class in the GT3 with the new dash. So this dash definitely brings you luck. That's all I can say. But yeah, so we're going to start in the pit lane and talk about what DNR actually is, what the elements of DNR actually is. All of this stuff you can see in the screen. That is exactly what we're going to be using it for. I'll move that up just a hair. Okay, lovely. So let's leave the pit lane and talk about what DNR actually is. So DNR's four elements mainly. So we have the LEDs, we have the wheel profiles, we have the additional devices, and we have now the dashboards. They are new as of late. So yeah, you've got the car-specific dashboards, the car-specific LEDs. These are for all major sim titles. So LMU, iRacing, ACC. I think no, I won't say any more because I think there's definitely more. You get wheel profiles, so what you can see here is the wheel profile. So all of the lights, all of the changes. You've got the plugin, so the plugin that can control all the other peripherals, and the dashboards and the wheels and the LEDs. And you have the dashboards. So the dashboards are new. So you have the co-pilot, the rally dash, the speedway dash, and coming soon, the endurance dash. There. Currently in beta phase, beta for the principal supporters. So there is a free version and a paid version for DNR. You can imagine how much work goes into this, and having a small subscription in sim racing is not uncommon. So yeah, nothing to worry about there. Into the second chicane. So if you look at the screen, you should be able to see the LEDs of the McLaren up there, and you should be able to look here and see that they are exactly the same. So they are one-to-one, so they are mirrored. This is for every car, so the McLaren is different, the Porsche is different, the Mercedes is different, the GTPs are different, the TCRs. All of the cars have different animations, different ways, different red lines, and what this does is you have exactly what is in the car on the dash, on the wheel and on the DDU. So my DDU is running the Arduino, so that's the Arduino LEDs, and that basically means you have one-to-one with real life or in the sim, which is super helpful. No more generic stuff. You can have a generic, so if there's any car not covered, you can have kind of a generic one that's a little bit higher. So for example, I have Sim Magic, where I use Sim Pro, and it's just a step above that for the generic. But with the specific LEDs, which is the real magic source, that's what you want. The wheel profiles. So I think there's 30 supported wheels. I remember Dan saying on stream today there was 30 wheels he has, so I think there's about 30 wheels that are supported, where it has, you just plug it in, it recognizes it, and you can set all of the features within the wheel dash from within the plugin. But you get lots of different features. So you get you can have flash. You can set ABS for the toggles. You can set bit limiter to flash. There's pressing. There's You can do a lot. You can have flags flash up on here. You can have spotter left, spotter right. You can have a lot. There's a lot of features. It's a very rich feature, but it basically is an elevation above the normal kind of baked-in stuff you get from kind of the vendors, and it's all using SimHub. So if your wheel is SimHub compatible, which mine is, using MagLink, you just plug it in, configure in the plugin, and away you go. You're racing with a very custom dash, which is really cool. There's different themes, there's different colors, there's different button behaviors. It's fantastic. Next we go on to dashboards. So as I mentioned, there's the co-pilot, there's rally, there's speedway, and there's endurance. Co-pilot is running behind here. I don't know if you can see when I turn my wheel. If I turn that. Yeah. Co-pilot, it's a great dash to have next to you. You can have track maps, you can have inputs, you can have flags, you can have lap times, in-sim time. There's a multitude of different things. They're adding new stuff all the time. It's a fantastic secondary screen to have on your dash. It also has True Dark mode, which I'll show you in a minute when I press the button. There's a rally dash, there's a speedway dash, but the pièce de résistance, which is currently in beta, I must stress that it's in beta, is the endurance dash, which you can see in the middle of the screen. It looks really good. It looks really good. It's super customizable. All the elements on the left and on the right, they're customizable. On the bottom, they're customizable, and you have that's customizable as well. So when you get, so for example, if I turn the pit limiter on, you can see there's a green bar at the top, and that will also have flags. So if I try and get a slowdown, which I think you have to go over here for. Incident and black 12 flag. So there you can see I've got a slowdown, and it tells you can have that full screen. It's very customizable what you can and can't do. But it gives you all the information in a really nice dash. Now, I've done a video review for another product or another company that does similar stuff, and I'll be honest, the DNR dash, the endurance one, oh, there's nothing really matched. It's so good. There's new features being built all the time. If you join as a team principal, which I think is €9 a month, you get access to the beta, and they're always promoting you to use the beta stuff, so they're testing with you. It has True Dark mode, which, I mean, look at that. So all of my wheel goes purple, the LEDs are still there, the dash goes purple, this goes purple. You can choose what color you want, so there's a multitude of different colors. I think custom colors is coming as well. But I mean, look how cool that looks. Look how cool it is. So like, if you're like me and got stuck with all the night stints at Le Mans, you don't burn your eyes. What a feature. What a feature. All synced up. The way they do the coding is absolutely top drawer. Absolutely top drawer. And there's nothing better really. When this is released, I think it's being released end of this month or start of next month. I know that we're in a 9.5 at the minute, 0.95. So it's almost finished. It's pretty much production ready. There's just a few little bugs they're tweaking out, but it's crazy good, man. It's crazy good. They have another little feature which is called this like preview, where you can set different things. So you can see I've got mine set on a button on my stream deck, so I can see my fuel situation, which is not on the bottom. But yeah, that's the dash. It looks fantastic. I want to keep this video short, so we're going to roll straight into the plugin. So here we are. Here's the plugin, and it's a thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty. First, I'll start off in home. So you've got your devices here. Normally, there's really great instructions on how to set up the devices, but it's as simple as download the profile, install it, make sure there's a few settings like individual profile, and then it'll just work. And everything is then controlled from within the plugin. So for my DDU, that's in the Arduino tab, that lives here. I've got 5.3 at the moment, and you can actually look in and see everything in there. But you just install those, and then everything else is done from the plugin. You see here, activated. You can auto update from the plugin, so it's you don't have to download anything. You download it once, and then it does its auto update, and it restarts and everything. The plugin is linked to your membership, so I believe if you have the membership and you cancel, you keep all of the things you have, but the customization is gone, which is fair enough. You know, this is a lot of effort. I think the lowest is the team member. I'll go through the website in a bit and just show you around the website, but I think that's €3 a month, but it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. So let's quickly whiz through it, because I know it's I want to keep the video fairly short. So here's the telemetry. So this is for the LEDs on top of my DDU. So this is for the Arduino. You can have different presets. You can have the telemetry functions. So do you want RPMs, brake pressure? Do you want brake pressure only, brake and throttle, fuel gauge, RPMs only? Here you can turn off the specific RPMs. Why would you? But here's the generic. So say there's a new iRacing build and the guys are a couple of days behind releasing the updated car, or there's been a change in LMU, which they do all the fucking time. Here you can set the kind of the default settings. I like meet in the middle. I think that's quite cool. And you can choose all of the things there. There's lots of different RPM color settings you can choose. Idle animations as well. There's so much to choose from in here. You can set your pit lane colors. You can choose whether you want your traction control colors to be, your energy deployment, how bright you want to have everything, your proxy, if you want spotters on or off, if you're in the pit lane speeding, it's all in there. Same for the wheel. This is the really cool thing. So if your wheel is in the approved list, so as you can see here, there's a big old list. I have the GT Neo, and here you have the idle mode. So this is the menu mode. So I have the breathing Arctic. I quite like that. That looks pretty cool to me. You can also do a custom theme here as well, where you can set your colors to whatever you like. So say you're a racing team where you have red and yellow or whatever, you can set that in here as well. Game mode. So each button is then configurable. So for example, this top button on this button up here, that's my flasher. So I like that's my flasher button. You can have that as an effect. And look, all the effects you've got here. So you've got headlights, rain light, headlights and flasher, indicators, wipers, engine start, push to pass. There's some ABS, some things like that. So you've got lots of different things. They are obviously sim specific. So if, for example, iRacing doesn't output the TC activation, but it outputs the TC level. So for example, in the rotary, you could have the TC that blinks when it's engaged, which is pretty cool. Same for the ABS, which is what I have. So blinking, so it flashes a little bit when you're in the ABS, which is a really cool feature. You've got a press. So this is my this top button here. This is my push to talk. So I set that to when I press it, it goes green, and then when it comes off, it goes back to its default color. This is my coach. This is my crew chief button. So when I have a toggle on and off, I just make sure that crew chief is on when I load into the sim, and then if I want to mute him, I just press this button here and it goes red, and then I wonder why Jim isn't talking to me all of a sudden, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's because I've got it muted. So it's a fantastic effect. Same for pit limiter and wiper. But yeah, you just click in the buttons and choose what effect you want. Come down a bit, you've got marshal flags. So say you don't have a DDU but you still want the flags, you can have the whole wheel flash yellow or blue or the orange color for the debris. White flag, you can have that as well. Also all configurable in here. Absolutely amazing. I'll whiz through these. These are the button boxes and the flag boxes and the brows. If you have these, oh my god, it just makes things so much better. If you've got ambient lighting, so say you've got the glowy lighting, you can choose a screen capture bit and it will then have your lighting effects above, but you can also have flags and other things in there that will then flash up and show you what you're going on up to. This is the true dark mode settings, so you get here, you can choose a custom color if you like, or an orange. They have it fantastically done where you can configure buttons for everything. So I have a Stream Deck and I have the Stream Deck plugin for SimHub, and I just have a load of Stream Deck buttons to change all my bits and pieces around it. It's very easy. It's really easy. This is the universal tab, so you can have game specific ones. You can have, I use generic because I like to be consistent across. And you can see here you can have all the different colors that you want for all of the different various elements that are configurable in here. You get in the message that this is just so configurable. You can do what you want. If you don't want green flag to come up, you can just untick it here. If you want the LEDs off when you're spectating, which is what I want, or you can have them on, you can also set that here. They think of everything. They're always listening to on the Discord for new features, and it's a wonderful place to be, actually, the Discord. But you see how many different settings there are. Now I'll go quickly into the dashboard, talk about endurance. So let me bring it up. I'm actually in the car still, so you can see things when I change them. You can have a set idle screen. You have light mode if you're a psychopath like Danny Morad has a custom theme in there, and I'm sure there'll be some options to put custom themes in there. But you can change it so you can have barred or filled. If you're racing GTP, you could put your energy on the right of the bar. That's a very cool thing. At the bottom, you can have time, fuel, or opponents, and you can choose class only or global. So you can have, if you're in a multi-class race, you want to know people coming from behind, but say you're in a GTP and you're only ever going to be overtaking people, you just want to have your class only. That's quite a good, that was a good addition they made. It's all touch screen, so if your dash is a touch screen, you can just press next and things, or you can set some triggers. And then here's all the different features. So we've got lap times, we've got sectors. I can change it to sector. I'm changing it on the left one, by the way, as we go through. We've got fuel, we've got a track map, which is nice. You've got the opponents, you've got the relative, you've got a leaderboard, you've got a tires. This doesn't work as well in iRacing because obviously they only update every pit stop, but in something like ACC or LMU, what a feature that is. You can have your inputs, so you can see your inputs live. There's also a bar kind of, there's the brake in the kind of surround disc. You've got a radar, you've got a pit config for iRacing, which I love. We used a lot in the actual in the race. And then you've got this quick glance. So this quick glance feature you can also set here, as well as setting how big you want your warnings to be, how big you want your flags to be, how big you want your pop-ups to be. Look, guys, this dash that's coming, I think it's probably one of the best things at SimRacing, and I'm not being paid to say this. I pay my membership, and I'm a very active member in the community, but look at this dash. Look how great it is. I mean, I turn True Dark Mode off. It might turn all my lights off, which is, yeah. I have some like smart stuff. So when I press True Dark Mode off, it will then turn all the lights off as well. That's a separate issue. I mean, come on. Okay, so there we go. That's DNR. It's a fantastic product. I don't think enough people are talking about it. Everyone knows Crew Chief, everyone knows Trading Pates, but this is one of the best things you can get if you're a sim racer. I'll flash the prices up on the screen now. You see the levels of membership. All the links and everything will be in the description below. Tell them Pizza Man sent you. and he'll be like, oh my god, that guy. But no, this is, if you're a sim racer and you have a compatible wheel, and even if you don't, you can still use the dashes on the screen, on iPads, and whatever. It's 100% worth it. I would highly recommend it, and I'm really excited to see Dashboard, the Endurance Dash, hit the public, and just see it grow everywhere. I'm really excited. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and yeah, like, subscribe, comment, let me know in the comments below what you think, and yeah, have a good one. Peace.